All right, number 11. For the points P and Q, find the coordinates of the midpoint of the segment PQ. All right, so just like before when we were finding distance, again, we've been given 2 points, P and Q. And while it's not asked for in the directions, I'm going to go ahead and plot these 2 points just so we can visually see what's happening. So let's first plot point P. So we'll go -6 down to -5. So it looks like there will be point P. And for point Q, we'll go to 7 on the X up to 5 on the Y. So there's Q. And now what we want to do is we want to find the midpoint between P and Q. So somewhere smack dab in the middle, around here, we would expect to find a midpoint. And in order to find that midpoint, what we want to do is, well, use the midpoint formula given here by capital M equals, and then notice that we have some quantity, it looks, right, inside parentheses. Well, it's a little deceptive, right? Because what we're doing is we're finding the midpoint. And so we would expect that our final answer, if it's a midpoint, should be an ordered pair, right? X comma Y. And so that's exactly what we have here. So don't miss that little comma there in between. We're finding an X coordinate and then we're finding a Y coordinate. That's why we have parentheses here. So what we're going to do is we're going to first add the X's, then divide by 2. That will give us the X. Then we're going to add our Y's together. Whatever that sum is, we will then divide by 2, and that will give us our Y. And just like before, we're going to go ahead and label these given points. So let's label this X1, Y1. We'll label this X2 and this Y2. And all we're going to do is take this information, plug it right in. We call this a plug and chug. So we have M equals, and let's see, let's add the X's together. So X1 plus X2. So X1 plus X2 divided by 2, comma, and then we're going to add the Y's together and divide by 2. So Y1, -5, plus Y2, +5, divided by 2. And here, if we simplify, -6 plus 7, that gives us 1 over 2. And here, -5 plus 5 is 0 divided by 2. And so our final answer, well, 1/2 we can't simplify, that's as low as it goes. But 0 over 2 we can go ahead and write as just 0, right? Anything with a 0 in top is automatically 0. And so we have our midpoint as being the ordered pair, 1/2, comma 0. So let's see if we can find that. So 1/2, so we'll go over, and it's actually right around there. Let me get rid of that there. So right where that blue is, 1/2 on the X, and we're not going up any, so my green line is off a little, which is no big deal. We would expect, right? We drew this by hand, so there we go. That's a little nicer. So that blue point right there is our midpoint, so our midpoint is 1/2, comma 0. All right, let's look at number 12. Again, we're finding the midpoint, so I'll see you there. This is Joe Brownlee with Palm Beach State College.